Welcome to the NTV News Sports Central podcast with your host, Randy Silver. Right there, you see the sign. NTV News Sports and Social Content Creator, Sports Reporter. We have a jam-packed episode for number 4. Thank you for being here. Got a lot of great comments on last week's breaking down NIL, college athletes getting paid. A lot of great traction on social media. I think we'll have the same on this one. So what's on tap today? First story. Nebraska Volleyball is coming up in only a couple months. The schedule is out, the full season schedule. It's a doozy, folks. It is extremely hard. One of the hardest, if not the hardest in the nation. We're going to break it down. Home away games, schedule, rankings, and more. The Men's College World Series. We know the championship game. It's LSU versus Coastal Carolina. The big dogs from the SEC, from the mid-major team, who's the hottest team in the nation right now. We're going to break down how they got there. Roaming with Randy, or this week it was Driving with Randy, a nice fun event at Restore a Muscle Car in Lincoln, Nebraska. They hosted the first stop of the Bandit Run 2025. You people a bit older out there probably know Smokey and the Gun, the movie with Burt Reynolds. They recreated that drive. And then lastly, we're going to go into the voices again. Get your voices heard on the podcast. That being said, a jam-packed episode. Let's get straight into it. Folks, before we get to the schedule, you have to talk about the biggest change, the leader in the program, welcoming Dani Busboom Kelly as the new home head coach of the Huskers. We thank John Cook for everything he did, legend, but we have a new coach in charge who used to be a part of the program. I know you know the name if you're a Husker fan. Again, this was breaking in January. We're hashing it now with the volleyball schedule. She's a national championship player and assistant coach. Spent last 8 years building Louisville into a national power. The Cardinals reached 2 NCAA championship matches, 3 NCAA semifinals, 5 regional finals, 4 ACC titles. A record of 203-44, 822 winning percentage at Louisville, including 120-15 over the last 4 years. Amazing. That is the second best winning percentage in the country during that span. They reached the NCAA Championship 2 of the last 3 seasons. Dannon said, "We are excited to welcome Dani and her family back to Lincoln to continue our tradition of excellence in our volleyball program. She has demonstrated outstanding leadership at the highest levels of the sport, and I am confident that our program will remain among the nation's elite for years to come. This is a special place that needs an exceptional coach, and we have her. Welcome to Dani and her family." Again, she was a libero with Nebraska in 2006 when they won the national championship. Assistant under Cook for many years, won the championship in 2015, then went over to Louisville. She's from Nebraska originally. She signed a 6-year contract to return home to her alma mater. Big time right there. What did she say? "The opportunity to come home to Nebraska is more than a dream come true. I want to thank Troy Dannon, Dr. Jeffrey Gold, and Kristen Brown for their trust in me to continue the legacy of Nebraska volleyball. A huge thank you to John Cook, of course, one of her mentors. I would not be here without his mentorship and support. I've gotten chills listening to the roars in the Coliseum and now the Vandy Center since I was 9 years old. Nebraska is the greatest place in the world to play volleyball, and I'm honored to be part of it once again. My family and I cannot wait to get back to work and bring more championship home. Go Big Red." So that's the big storyline going into the season. And the schedule can be soft or hard, but a change at the top leadership is important and it's something to talk about. She has the pedigree as an assistant coach, has the pedigree as a player at Nebraska, and of course has the pedigree leading Louisville to the top of the ACC, getting to the promised land and getting to championship games multiple times, but just coming up a bit short. So she's the person to lead this team in the next era after Cook. And folks, this schedule I'm about to show you is grueling. They need someone who's ready for it, who can lead the women from game after game after game against the nation's powerhouses, some of the best in the world. It's crazy, folks, this schedule. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Here is the schedule, folks, for the Cornhuskers. Your first 2 games, perennial powerhouses, Pitt and Stanford. Woo, good luck. Then, of course, on the schedule, you have some tough games as well. Let me pull myself up. Penn State is always extremely tough, and you play them twice. Wisconsin, you play them only once this year. Kentucky will not be an easy matchup. Creighton, our in-state rivals, will be a tough matchup as well. So I want you to comment your thoughts as we go through this. Let's dive into the numbers of their schedule. 30 matches total for 2025. 20 against Big Ten opponents and 10 against non-conference foes. But again, those non-conference foes, Pitt, Stanford, Kentucky, Creighton. Those are tough matchups. NCAA caliber teams going deep in those in the NCAA tournament. 8 matches against teams that finished in the top 10 of the 2024 AVCA coaches poll last year. 8 matches. And they were top 10, so that means there's only one team in the top 10 they're not playing on this 30-game schedule. Talk about strength of schedule. That is top-notch, top tier. We'll get a first glimpse of the team at the annual red-white scrimmage on Saturday, August 9th at the Devaney Center. Put that on your calendars. You don't want to miss it. The alumni match is a week later at the Devaney Center as well, August 16th. So we talked about the tough opponents they will be facing. They're facing the nation's best 2024 top 10 opponents Husker schedule. Pittsburgh, number 1 last year. Stanford, number 3 last year. Penn State, number 4 last year. Creighton, number 6 last year. Wisconsin, number 7 last year. Kentucky, number 8 last year. Purdue, number 9 last year. Oregon, number 10 last year. Whew. That's a doozy. That is a doozy. Now, the good thing is the location of the games matter. Pittsburgh, Stanford to start the season, at home, August 22nd, August 24th. We know, Husker Nation, you're going to pack the brim. It's going to be loud and proud, and it's going to be an exciting atmosphere. And thankfully, those are home. Then you have a home and away with Penn State. You start away, and maybe you're peaking towards the end of the season. You get them at home after Thanksgiving. However, you want to be peaking all season, especially if you're starting with Pittsburgh and Stanford. Creighton away, so that's going to be a hostile environment in Omaha. Wisconsin away, we know there are Big Ten rivals year over year, us and them, away on Halloween. You know Wisconsin is going to do something special for that game. Excuse me. They're going to do dressing up. They're going to make noise. It's going to be loud. That will be a fun game to watch on television. Of course, if you can get up there, it's worth it. Kentucky, neutral site game, which is pretty good there. It's in Tennessee. You think probably more Kentucky fans get there. It's a closer state, but neutral site. Purdue away, and you get Oregon at home. So, folks, please comment your thoughts on what you think about this schedule. Again, it is not an easy schedule. 8 matches against top 10 teams from the 2024 AVCA coaches poll last year. 30 matches total. And here's the breakdown of the schedule again. You start really hard, then maybe it tapers off a little bit, but when you have that many competitive matches throughout the season, there really isn't a lull period, especially when you hit Big Ten. Teams are very good. But this is brutal, folks. When I just look at this, imagine if Husker football did this and they played Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan. I mean, we're playing Michigan. Oregon, Penn State. Just the top 5-10 teams from last year. Whew, be brutal. But how can they do this? Again, it comes down to Nebraska NIL deals. Nebraska is a big volleyball college. Yes, we know that. But now with NIL, again, somebody like Harper Murray is making a good amount of money from her deals. But now that Nebraska can pay athletes directly, how much money will be allocated to volleyball? You think volleyball and football will get the bulk of the money. They're the money generators, especially football, of course, with Memorial Stadium. They're getting some prospects coming in. Nebraska volleyball will always be top notch. I've covered a bunch of high school volleyball around here before the past month. We got talent. Obviously, they're not just pulling from the state of Nebraska. They're going throughout the U.S. But Nebraska is a big thing here, and we expect this to continue to rise. What else is a big thing here is the College World Series. And it's been fun to watch it. And folks, in Omaha, starting Saturday, we have the championship best of 3 series. Coastal Carolina, the Chanticleers versus LSU. The powerhouse from Louisiana versus the mid-major, the upstart, even though they've won before in 2016, Coastal Carolina. But folks, you can't call them a Cinderella at all. Folks, they haven't lost a game since April 22nd. That's basically 2 months. And are they playing some of the toughest teams? No, fair enough, being in the mid-major conference. But here, they're beating ACC Clemson. They had to beat tough teams in the NCAA regional. But to win that many games in a row is tough. It's very tough. Extremely, very tough. Again, in the NCAA Conway regional, beat East Carolina, beat Auburn, beat Arizona, Oregon State, Louisville. Haven't lost. They've earned the right to be here. You watch them play. They're having fun. They're energetic. It's a great sight to see. LSU, it's them. Zoom out a little bit. You have Texas A&M. They lost to Ole Miss in the SEC tournament. But then the regionals, they beat Little Rock, Dallas Baptist. After losing to Little Rock, they went back and won the final game. And then West Virginia, Arkansas, UCLA, Arkansas again. And that game was wild, ending in a 9th inning comeback. Now they get Coastal Carolina. This is a very close matchup, folks. When you look at the betting line for the game odds, Coastal Carolina is opening as a 120 favorite versus LSU 175. Over under is LSU is opening as a 175 favorite. Coastal Carolina is the underdog at 125. Over under runs in the game is 8.5. And the spread is 1.5. So they think that LSU will win by more than 1.5 runs, aka 2. You look at the team stats for the teams, pretty close. Look at the average 290, 299 for respectively Coastal Carolina and LSU. Runs both in the 500s, LSU more. Hits, LSU more hits. Home runs, significant advantage here. We know Charles Schwab Field plays hard, being basically MLB-sized field. Not as many home runs are happening here, so that is not as big as an advantage. But gappers, balls off the wall, things like that. Look at pitching. LSU has more walks and more strikeouts. So, I mean, that's just the hitting. They've walked more and they've garnered more strikeouts. You have to go out to College World Series. I know a lot of Nebraskans have gone. I went for my first time. I had opportunity to speak to fans near and far, and experience all has to offer. I got creative with the Fan Fest and what I did, so let's show you the fun.
The action on the field isn't the only thing drawing fans to Omaha this week. There's a whole world of fun just steps outside the stadium.
It's a good time. We have a hosted event. We invite customers over. It's always a good time.
Omaha has hosted the College World Series since 1950. And for local businesses, fans near and far, it's an event they look forward to every year.
Oh, it's a wonderful event that I have been doing since childhood. It just brings back memories. I mean, it's just the best thing to look forward to.
For me, it's the experience to come down and be with my family and all the out-of-town friends that I've met over the course of the 50 years I've been coming down here.
So beyond just tailgating, Fan Fest, you can come out here and have fun playing different games like this. From batting cages and speed pitch, food trucks, Fan Fest is a home run for all ages. And the Fan Fest is free and open to the public, no game ticket required.
It's really cool and exciting, and I enjoy it here and love it.
The sights, the sounds are breathtaking, whether you're on the ground or up in the sky. On average, 350,000 to 400,000 people attend the Men's College World Series every year. It's not just a boom for the city of Omaha, it's a boom for the state of Nebraska. According to the Omaha Sports Commission, The Men's College World Series generates over $90 million for the local economy every year. This 2-week stretch boosts local jobs, tourism, and a long-term visibility for the city.
I worked the College World Series as a little summer gig. See a lot of people from out of town and just a great atmosphere. I enjoy everyone here. It's always fun working here.
FanFest runs every day during the Men's College World Series and wraps up before each night's first pitch. Whether you're local here in Omaha, the state of Nebraska, or from out of state, the Men's College World Series brings fans and people alike just to have a good time. Reporting for NTV News, I'm Randy Silver.
Cannot wait to go back and cannot wait for the Men's College World Series final. Another fun thing I had the chance to do on Roaming with Randy is go check out some muscle cars. Restore a Muscle Car in Lincoln. They've been around for 20 plus years and they have a great time taking old beat up muscle cars and making them brand new. They are the leaders and host of a Bandit Run, Smokey and the Bandit. And what do? They organize a ride every year. People drive around multiple states, hanging out, having a great time. I got to talk to some individuals from it, experience it. Let's show you the short form video. And in the bio of this video is the long form so you can see the proper interviews and more. If you're a car person, you don't want to miss it.
You like muscle cars? Well, this is the episode for you. Welcome to Roaming with Randy, Driving Style. Buckle up, because this is the Bandit Run. We're kicking things off at Restore a Muscle Car in Lincoln, Nebraska, a shop that's keeping American muscle alive for 20 years. The Bandit Run started in 2007 based on Smokey and the Bandit, where they went from Texarkana to Atlanta. This year, it starts here in Lincoln. From downtown Lincoln to Kansas City Zoo, yes, to visit that elephant, this road trip celebrates speed, story, and nostalgia. Even if you can't tell a carburetor from a cup holder, like me, these restorations are jaw-dropping. I even went under a car for this. That's love, curiosity, and guts. If you love the rumble of a V8, the thrill of open roads, this is where stories start and engines roar. This is only a tidbit of what you can see. You have to go to our YouTube, Randy Silver TV, our NTV News YouTube, to see the full videos, the interviews, the cars, and so much more. This is made for full-length feature YouTube. Click the link in the bio to check it out. Follow at Randy Silver TV and NTV News for more Roaming with Randy. You have an idea? You have an event? You have a spot? You have a food you want me to try? Reach out, let me know, and let me come experience it. Zoom, zoom, baby.
Go check out the full video. I promise you it's worth it. And what I need from you as well, voicemails, Instagram message, Facebook message, excuse me. Please send us a voicemail 30 to 60 seconds of your thoughts about the podcast, about Nebraska sports, Nebraska in general, anything in between. We want to make this fan-friendly, especially football season. We know we love Monday morning quarterbacks type of things. We want to get your voices involved. So please comment, please subscribe, please reach out so we can include your voicemails. This was this week's episode of NTV Sports Podcast with Randy Silver. We're in the lull season summer. I hope you guys are enjoying the hot weather, out there having a great time with your family and friends. But don't worry, folks. Pretty soon, this is going to pick up with the rodeo, the state fair, and Husker sports will be coming back. We'll see you on the next episode.